listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's a Doggy Dog World is brought to you by Pet Care RX, America's most affordable pet pharmacy. Pet Care RX offers the same meds as top vets, but with a savings up to 50%. And if you find a lower price on a certified EPA and FDA-approved medication, Pet Care RX will match that price. So go to petcarerx.com. Use promo code DOGWORLD10. DOGWORLD, the number 10, and receive $10 off orders of $50 or more.
It's a big world out there, and you're just looking for a pat on the back or head. You run around the city, searching for a place to bark, working your tail off with your nose to the ground, sniffing for a few scraps, hoping someone will throw you a bone. You take each lead, collar after collar, hoping one day to take a bite out of success and become the top dog. Fortunately, you come home each day to open arms, open cans, a drink waiting for you, and a comfortable place in front of the TV set. You know you've got it good, really good, because after all, it's a doggy dog world out there. Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with your host, pet expert, and award-winning author Liz Palaika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Hi, welcome to It's a Doggy Dog World. I'm Liz Palaika, and with me tonight are my good friends Petra Burke. Hello. And Kate Abbott.
How do?
And tonight we're going to talk about,
my favorite subject.
Mixed breed dogs that people pay a lot of money for in some cases.
And actually I think the proper name these days is blended.
Or designer dogs, or hybrid dogs, or...
Oh, blended. Sounds like a frappe.
I know. Not mixed, blended.
I've been hearing more hybrid because
it's a blend of.
Hybrid sounded so very
generation or
ecological and hybrid cars.
Oh yeah, no blend
good
and
for
hybrid.
The environment.
Yes,
hybrids.
What set this off, especially for Petra and I, we kind of have a thing. We carry Kate along with us. Is some of the people who come to our training classes, many of whom have spent quite a bit of money for basically a mixed breed dog,
more than
they should.
Normal purebreds.
Yes, many times, much more than a recognized purebred. And it's not that I think there's anything wrong with the mixed breeds, but I do have a problem when there could potentially be some deception involved, that the advertisement is marketing perhaps something that isn't really true. And we'll give you some examples.
And that changes the expectations of the owners.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes to the detriment of the dog.
Yes. But anyway, this is going to be the subject of our talk in this podcast, so hang on, have a word for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. It's a Doggy Dog World. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's a Doggy Dog World is brought to you by Petco.com. Petco is a leading specialty retailer of premium pet food supplies and services, offering more than 10,000 high-quality pet-related products. Enter the code DOGGY10, DOGGY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at Petco.com.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/world, WORLD, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
There's a movement afoot. ShoeBuy.com. Join the millions of people who shop ShoeBuy.com's over 400 brands and 500,000 products. Order now and get free shipping and free return shipping. ShoeBuy.com, the world's greatest shoe store.
Walk your dog in style and comfort. Enter the code DOGGY, DOGGY, at checkout and get a 10% discount plus free shipping at ShoeBuy.com.
Hello? Danica, where have you been?
Oh, Grandma, I've been busy, racing, GoDaddy girl.
Oh, I built my own online store with GoDaddy.
Really? Let me see. Grandma'sAuction.com. Hey, aren't those Grandpa's golf clubs?
Grandma needs her bingo money.
Use promo code DOGGY10, DOGGY, the number 10, and get a .com domain name for just $7.49 at GoDaddy.com. If you ask the question, what do I want? What do I need? I'll take affection. I really should mention I need time. I need love. I crave attention. There's a new waiting by the door. I'm bringing for you. With shaking tails and happy hearts. I'm bringing for you. And running circles round the floor. I'm bringing for you. That's always when the party starts. For me. They are my friends. They are my children. They are the furry brothers and kids. They are my family. They understand me. That's how I love my pets.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. Oh Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. Kate, Petra, and I are talking about designer dogs or hybrid dogs or blended dogs, as you will.
Let's hear it for Mutts.
And I think we're going to let Kate start because she has Walter on her lap right now, and Walter is a Cocker Spaniel Poodle mix, a very, very busy, bright, intelligent dog, a somewhat challenging dog. But she didn't buy him with any expectations that he was anything other than he was. But cockapoos, or cockerpoos, were probably the first designer dog, and they started about 30 years ago, didn't they?
He's actually, he's my second cockapoo. Mm-hmm. Although these days I don't say cockapoo, I just say mutt. Or else I'll tell people he's an AKC.
What is it?
All kinds canine.
Oh, okay. I knew you had something for that.
I knew I had something.
I like the all-American terminology.
Yeah. I like that too. I mean, he was bought out of a backyard, mistaken breeding. It was a love match. Love match. Mm. Enough to cover their costs. What was he, $50?
Yeah.
Yeah. With no promises being made that he would be hypoallergenic, be as smart as a poodle, but as sweet as a he was a dog. It's a dog. He's turned out to be quite the dog. And I do love him dearly, and he's very similar in looks to my previous cockapoo, but totally different personality. Totally different, yeah. Yeah.
But there are cockapoo clubs and cockapoo organizations promoting the mixed breed, and they are one of the national clubs I know still considers them a mixed breed, with one of the parents being a cocker and one of the parents being a poodle.
But trying to come up with a standard. I mean, we can take your mom's cockapoo, my friend Sandy's cockapoo, Walter,
and they're all three totally different dogs.
I grew up with a cockapoo, looked more like Sandy's little one.
Sandy's?
Yeah.
Short. He's, 8 pounds? Walter's 22.
Ginger's bigger than that.
Ginger's long with short legs, and he's tall, he's got longer legs. Yeah, just such a variety.
And the colors, cream to black to gray.
Right.
There's just no standard.
But that's a mixed breed.
That's a mixed breed.
That's a mixed breed. Yep. Take those genetics of the cocker and the genetics of the poodle, throw them in a pot, and mix them all up. Yep.
Yeah. And there's a lot of wonderful stuff about when you get the best of. That's what people, I think, hope for with a blended breed, is they automatically assume they're going to get the best of each of those two breeds.
With every best comes some bad.
Yeah.
We've seen the bad of both breeds, too.
Well, let's see. My mom was Irish and Native American with a little bit of German thrown in, and my dad was Scottish and Irish. And
that became a Liz. There you go.
That becomes a mixed breed. A whole lot of mixed breed.
And aren't most of us mixed breeds?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't always get the best of each
No.
of those.
Yeah, I'm like a cockapoo. Literally half and half.
Yeah. Half Italian, half German. Yeah. Yep. And
now
if
you've got how many siblings?
2.
And you look at the three of you, and you'd never know that the three of you were related.
Yeah. True.
Personality or looks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Mendelssohn that said 1 out of 4? I seem to remember the wrinkled peas and the smooth, back in the recesses of my high school brain.
Right.
So it's amazing to me that people can overlook that only maybe, if at best, a quarter of a litter is going to get the best of each.
Right.
And that's with only 2 characteristics you're looking at.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. You add in more characteristics, stubbornness, trainability, coat. It's just mind-boggling.
Yes.
That a breeder can say, this dog is going to be hyper.
Well, let's look at purebreds. Petra's Logan, my Bashir, Riker, and Archer are all half-brothers.
Yeah.
Half-brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the difference between those 4.
Yeah.
And all 4 are black Australian Shepherds. All 4 are half-brothers. Mm-hmm. And look at the differences in those 4.
Yeah, very true.
And they all have the same dad. Mm-hmm. So there's really a lot of consistency there as far as the genetics go. But yet, the 4 dogs are so very, very different in many ways. So genetics is just fascinating.
But that's when we these ads in the paper, they just drive me crazy. You know, they're all going to be sweet. They're all going to be...
And non-shedding, and yeah. Now, I think the cockapoos or cockerpoos have been around for about 30 years or more, quite a while. But I think the, quote-unquote, the modern designer dog fad really started with the Labradoodle. And that was, in Australia, a woman was vision impaired, and her husband was allergic to dogs. So she asked a dog trainer to see if he could come up with a dog that her husband could tolerate. So he crossed a standard poodle and a Labrador, and that particular individual dog became her seeing eye dog, one of the dogs in that litter. But what I think a lot of Labradoodle owners forget, or perhaps don't even know, is that then when the dogs were bred after that, the Australian Labradoodles, there were many other breeds bred into it. It wasn't just poodles and Labradors. There were Irish Water Spaniels, curly-coated retrievers, American Cocker Spaniels, English Cocker Spaniels, and there were quite a few other breeds that were brought in one at a time to create certain characteristics or genetics, or there were quite a few breeds involved in that.
And we see it now. I mean, everybody comes in, registers their dogs a Labradoodle, look different, just like the cockapoo.
Yeah. Some of the standards for the Labradoodle, for example, the Australian Labradoodle Association, the Australian Labradoodle Club of America, They can have 3 sizes, miniature, medium, or standard, and they can have 2 coat types, the fleece coat and the wool coat. Even the Labradoodle experts, who, if they're truthful, understand that not all of these dogs are going to be non-allergenic. Not all of these dogs are going to be non-shedding.
And that's probably I hate seeing those articles. Guaranteed hyperallergenic and non-shedding. You're like, bullshit.
There's no way that... No way that can be.
We saw it a number of years ago.
Oh,
somebody,
yes.
The mom bought one, and it shedded up a storm because she was wearing all black to class. And they said they told us she wouldn't shed, and she couldn't handle the dog because of her allergies, and gave it to her daughter. And her daughter continued the class.
Yes. There is an ad in the San Diego North County Times. I will read directly from it. Labradoodles. Standard size, male and female, black with highlights, male cream, sweet AKC parents on site, vet checked, shots, no shed, top quality puppies, from $750 to $900.
AKC
parents.
What? Yeah,
so AKC parents on site. So that means an AKC Labrador and an AKC Poodle.
But to say it won't shed.
But that's the other part about, it's an AKC blend.
So it's an AKC pure dog blend.
But that means nothing.
Not top quality poodles. They're not top quality, or they would be breeding with other top quality poodles.
Right.
Being registered is not the same thing as being a good example of the breed.
Right. An AKC registered dog, AKC conveys no guarantee of quality. None whatsoever.
Oh.
So, anyway, those are Labradoodles. We see a lot of different ones advertised.
I really get upset with the people that come in and say, I have a registered Labradoodle.
Registered with...
They could be a member of the club. Phone number. One of the Labradoodle clubs.
If they knew that and they were saying that, but these are people that believe they're AKC registered.
Yes. Yeah.
I think those people are being sold a bill of goods.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's not fair to those folks.
No. Oh, I was laughing earlier about the Heeler Shepherd. Now, this is not Queensland Heeler, Heeler. This is an ad in the San Diego Union Tribune, and it says Heeler, as in doctor, Healer, Shepherd mix. So, be healed.
But that's such a small market, because obviously the only people that are going to buy these puppies are evangelists.
Yes. As we're looking at the classified ads, there's another thing that gets to me too. There's Chihuahua teacup size, Yorkie teacups, Poodles teacups. There is only one breed standard with the Chihuahua Club of America, or the Yorkshire Terrier Club of America, or the Poodle Club of America for toy breeds. There's only one acceptable size according to the breed standard. There is no such thing as a teacup. There is no such thing as a teeny tiny teacup toy. There's only one size. So again, this is misrepresentation.
What we used to call runts.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
With genetic defects.
Yep. Oh, there's an ad for a cockapoo in the Union Tribune. Not only that, he's only 6 weeks old and he's ready for a home.
6 weeks?
Yes.
Good Lord.
$400. Golden Doodles, Labradoodles, maltepoos, Maltese and Poodles.
Okay, so why should somebody get a purebred dog?
I personally buy purebred dogs because I want
the lineage. We know what their... I mean, you and I look at their heritage, their backgrounds.
We look at the background. We look at the ancestors. I want some predictability. And there's enough variation as there is, even within purebreds, like we were saying about the 4 dogs who are half-brothers. There's enough variety. It's not like these are clones of each other. But I like, with the Australian Shepherd, I like the size. I like the coat care. I enjoy their appearance. I like their athletic ability. I like their trainability, bitability. They want to learn. They want to do stuff. And I could probably find all of those things in a shelter rescue or a mutt. But by getting a purebred from a breeder I know, from a lineage that I know, I put the odds more in my favor.
You're hedging your bets.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for someone who doesn't have the expectations I have, a mixed breed might be just fine. And I've had mixed breeds in the past. Paul and I both have had mixed breeds in the past. My first dog after I left home was a Chihuahua Dachshund, although it was advertised as a Chihuahua Dachshund, not a Doxy Wawa. Her name was Cricket, and she was a...
There you go. The Toxie.
Cricket was a little pistol. She was a lot of fun. But she was a mixed breed. I knew she was a mixed breed, and I had no other expectations. So yes, I get a purebred dog because I enjoy this breed and I want some predictability. I don't have anything against mixed breeds.
No,
I do have a problem with misrepresentation
and charging a whole lot of money for mixed
charging
breed.
way too much money.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I've gotten shelter, rescue, all the terms too, but this sudden push for you must only do that because if you buy a purebred dog, a pound dog is going to be put to sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't see that A equals B equals C connection being true.
Besides the fact, I'm a responsible dog owner, even though my dogs are purebreds, they're all spayed or neutered. Mm-hmm. I'm not contributing to the overpopulation. And the education that we do in the dog training yard, there is so much education about responsible dog ownership. I don't think it's fair for anybody to try to put baggage on me or a guilt trip on me because I'm doing everything I can to avoid it. But that's a popular point nowadays.
But also designer dogs have become the fad.
Yes.
They've become popular. So people are out there going, oh, I can mix these two
and make some money.
I'm afraid that the puppy mills kind of mentality is taking over with the blended hybrids as much as it ever did with the purebreds.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the people, the backyard, as we call them, even if they're professional or not, breeders who love the breed.
Yes.
That aren't making money on it.
Right.
Or just enough to get by. Those are the ones we need to support by buying their puppies. By getting the right dog for the right family.
Right, exactly.
And I saw a match set of looked like purebred Borzois at the pound once.
Wow.
I mean, so that's possible that they end up there too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think
the
predictability and then the supporting of good breeders who are working to get rid of health defects.
Yes.
And all the above.
Exactly.
And it's hard enough for a purebred breeder to produce good, healthy puppies. With a mixed breed, someone who doesn't know to get the eyes checked or the hips or the elbows or anything else, hybrid vigor is not necessarily true. There's just as many mixed breeds get hip dysplasia and elbow dysplasia as purebreds do.
Hybrid vigor gets thrown around a lot.
Yes.
Dogs are a lot more complicated than peas.
Yes, yes. Well, back to the Union Tribune.
Oh, we want to just have fun with the names.
Yes.
We love these.
Names are just hilarious.
Maltepoos, Puggles, Yorkie Poos.
What was the air door?
Airdoodle.
Airdoodle.
Airedale and Standard Poodle. Affador, Afghan and Lab.
Okay.
Affin Wawa.
So for a lot of before purebred, I had to get off on that. Before the AKC and the UKC and all of that, I mean, people bred dogs, higgledy-piggledy.
Sure.
But they bred for a purpose. I've got a good sheep herding dog.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So do you. Let's put them together and see how many of them are good sheep herding dogs.
And then how many of those people kept the good ones to continue the herding of what they need for their farms and ranches.
Or the terriers or the protected
ratters
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why, though, are you mixing a sighthound and a scenthound, an Afghan and a Labrador? What are they hoping to accomplish?
The only thing they can hope to accomplish is to create something weird enough that it'll catch on like Labradoodle and they'll make some money. Mm-hmm. Because there can be Afghan and Lab. We've got a sighthound and a sporting...
Elegant. flowing hair. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And a Labrador Retriever who's
Solid,
180
chunky.
degrees different
Solid.
in every respect. Now, there's one here that I found in an ad. Alusky, a Lusky. That's an Alaskan Malamute and a Husky. Now, I'm sure there's many, many Malamute Husky mixes
Oh,
up
yeah.
in the northern reaches.
Sure.
But they've
Bred
been
for-
called Malamute mixes or Husky mixes. They
Right.
didn't have a fancy name on them.
Oh, you can add a couple hundred onto the title that way.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
somebody come up with the name, and I'm sure...
And they may mix them up in the northern area for a purpose.
Because they're breeding
working.
for fast, strong
Yep.
sled dogs.
They're
Yeah.
working. They have a purpose up there.
A few others that we came up with that I found that were American Bulldog mixes. Now, the American Bulldog is not the English Bulldog. The American Bulldog is taller, stocky body, big head,
Very muscular.
very muscular, very much more common in southeastern United States, although we're seeing them in California now. Strong working dog, can be quite protective, good hunting dog for like boar and things like that. But here's one mix, American Bulldog and Lab, and they named it American Bullador. Anything mixed with Lab gets the adore on it. And you can't tell me that that wasn't to come up with a cute name. Mm-hmm. American Bullador. Mm-hmm. The other one mixed with the American Bulldog was the Rottweiler.
That one's wrong.
American Bullweiler?
No.
Now, somebody come up with the name to be cute, to be whatever.
And you see, I just reading that name and knowing what the two mixes are.
That's a scary dog.
It's a scary dog, and I can see huge vet bills. Because can you imagine physically
It's hard enough to find a well-bred, healthy Rottweiler these days.
It's going to live a
At least
long
in our
life.
area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now you've got this big boned that could get over. Unfortunately, those two breeds get overweight very quickly if allowed to.
Yeah.
Both have a problem with dysplasia.
Yeah.
Yes. Hips and elbows.
Oh my gosh.
The American Bulldogs can have problems with their eyes and hearing. Mm-hmm. And then there's several Shar-Pei mixes. And now we're not picking on breeds specifically, but these are mixes that I actually found ads for. Basset Hound and Shar-Pei. Let's talk about some health problems.
Oh my gosh.
And they named this breed the Bashar.
Let's see.
Bashar.
Eyes first, because they both have eye issues.
Ears, allergies, skin. You're taking the build
my
of the
gosh.
Basset Hound and the build of the Shar-Pei and trying to put that together?
It might help the Shar-Pei. And I say that having known one that I adored. Mm-hmm. But in general...
I just see lots of
cranky.
potential.
They're cranky little bastards.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then the Boxashar, Boxashar, Boxer and Shar-Pei mix. Boxashar.
Yeah, what do you say there?
I'm boggled.
Yeah.
How much? How much for a box?
Oh, I didn't write down the prices. I just wrote down
Oh, I think
the...
the next one there is even better.
Oh, well, then you go for it.
All right, next one. Box spring.
And it's not a Tempur-Pedic.
Or a Serta. No, it's
Every puppy has to be named Serta.
Yeah, it's a boxer and English Springer. Okay.
Boxer English Springer.
And again, why?
What kind of coat are you going to get?
No, forget that. Energy level.
Temperament.
Who in the world is going to have to be... Who would
A
want one
Springer
unless
with
you're...
rage who gets on his back legs and boxes at you. Yeah.
Yeah. No. No.
Okay, and here's some that you're not allowed to...
Oh, what about the other one? The Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi.
Oh, the Chi-Chi, yes.
Chi-Chi.
CHI-CHI. A Chi-Chi.
Come on.
Chihuahua.
Chinese crested. A Chihuahua and Chinese crested.
Chi-Chi.
Now, the Chinese crested, a well-bred Chinese crested, even the hairless ones can be quite attractive. Unfortunately, the winners of most of the ugly dog contests nowadays
Chinese
have
crested.
been Chinese crested. They've got some genetic problems.
Which, by the way, how did they ever get that name coming from Mexico?
I have absolutely no idea.
I mean, aren't they calling them now the Xolo Exequatls?
No, those are two totally
Those are
different
different
breeds.
breeds. Yeah, it's a different breed.
Totally different breeds.
Show my ignorance.
Yeah. How about the two Mastiff mixes that we can't talk about in mixed company?
I see no reason with having a problem with saying Mastador. It's a Mastiff lab mix that you walks around in a little red jacket carrying your cape. It's a Mastador.
It chases bulls.
And then you take them over to play with the Mastibull, which is the Mastiff Bulldog mixture. Obviously, they have to be next door neighbors so they can do little skits together. Mastador and Mastibull.
Just say it carefully.
Yeah. Well, let's not talk about all the Shih Tzu crosses.
Oh, yes.
Those you have to be very careful about, not sneezing while you're saying it.
There were several Shih Tzu crosses. There's the sheets. I can't even say it.
Yeah, I got you working now.
Sheet poo. Yeah, in fact, in the Union Tribune, there's 2 ads for Shih Tzu poodles, and I think they're calling them sheep poos. Now, they say, this one ad says they're DRA registered.
Which means?
I have no idea. I've never heard of DRA. Registered.
Dogs of...
no.
These are $450.
Dogs of ridiculous anagrams.
Or ancestry.
Nice.
$450 for those, by the way. Yeah, there's actually 2 ads for Shih Tzu poodles.
How about anything crossed with a Yorkie these days?
Oh, Yorkie, Maltese and Yorkies seem to be the breeds of choice to mix. There's the maltepoos, the maltepugs, the maltechons, which are Bichon and Maltese.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We have the Chorky. I've seen a lot more of those lately.
The Chorkies?
Yeah, I don't know. There's somebody around here who's breeding them, but I've seen Chorkies up. They just look like a Chihuahua, just a little odd. But you're like, okay, that's a Chihuahua mix.
Oh, we've got one in class right now, don't we?
Look very much like a Chihuahua. So Chihuahua heritage or gene is very strong in a Chorky. And then there's a
say it carefully.
Schnilky.
Oh yeah,
that one.
Schnauzer and Silky Terrier. I saw the ad for that posted on the parking lot up near our local grocery store. 8.5 by 11, printed off the computer. Snorkies, or whatever.
And I'm sure there are breeders out there honestly trying to create a purpose with a crossbreed, as in days of yore. But too many times I see the image of the family down the street here from the training yard that live up the dirt road. Not to play on too many stereotypes. It's usually dad and a couple of kids, and it looks like grandma out there with
a box of puppies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a different kind of mutt mix every time. Last time they had these cute little cream fluffy things.
They were very cute. But it's probably little...
and a cardboard sign.
And I thought they're little...
4 number sale.
Cockapoos or something, because I know they have a cocker.
Could have been a Chorky.
Who knows?
I think my fear is that they might have had 1 or 2 love matches for not neutering their animals, and then they realized they could make some money off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've seen, couple of litters of pity mixes.
Yep, we have.
The Chihuahua mix, and now the Fluffy mix.
Fluffy, whatever that is mix.
Now, see, I come to work a different direction than you do, and there's been a sign up, boxer puppies. They don't say mix, but the sign's been up for weeks. I think they're having trouble finding homes for their boxers. So, which is sad, too.
Yep.
So, anyway, as we said at the beginning of this, we don't have a problem with mixed breeds. Really, we don't.
Call them that.
Call them mixed breeds.
Yorkie mix,
and
Chihuahua
let's not
mix.
create artificial expectations or represent the puppies as something they're not. Because that's where people get disappointed. And when people get disappointed, like the lady with the Labradoodle who wanted a non-allergenic, non-shedding dog, she gave the dog away. She was very unhappy as she came to class in her black shirt and black pants and had white hair all over her.
Yep.
She paid a lot of money for a dog that she had expectations for. She didn't realize that they were false expectations, and she got rid of the dog.
And then I think we recently told the student that what she has is an actual mixed breed. It's not a purebred, but she bought it under the pretense it was purebred.
Oh, she got a maltepoo, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had no idea.
She had no idea, and her comment was, "Don't tell my husband I paid $1,200 for this puppy."
There's a joke around that, or saying you can choose your friends but not your relatives.
Yes.
The nice thing about getting a dog is you actually get to choose a relative.
Yes. So make the best choice.
Best choice. I mean, there's no guarantees with your friends or your relatives or your dogs.
There's no guarantees even with a purebred.
But you can hedge your bets a bit.
Yes.
You know, and we have access. Everyone has access to the internet. And if you call on an ad and they say, "Oh yeah, it's a purebred Chorky," look it up and really see. Does it really exist? Or call a local trainer or call something. But question it.
And whether it's a purebred or a mix or a hybrid or what, can you see the mom and the dad?
Yes.
Can you get a good idea of what the previous generation was like? Or they say, "I'm going to meet you in the Walmart parking lot."
Yeah, run the other direction.
And I did a lot of research for a book on purebreds that I can tell you about. The Howell Book of Dogs. Howell. The Howell Book of Dogs. You can find it on Amazon. 300 breeds and varieties. And let me tell you, I talked to everybody in the world to research this. Whether you're looking for a purebred or you're looking for a mix, read up on both of the breeds in that mix so you get a good idea of what they were.
And that's what we do with a lot of our students. If they're not quite sure what the mix is, we'll suggest what we think it is and then tell them research the breeds so you understand your dog.
Right.
I think the best way to keep dogs out of shelter is to have good matches with the families. Yeah. And no guarantees in anything in life, but that's one of the best ways to hedge your bets, is to know what you might be getting.
And we've got previous podcasts on that, too.
Yeah. We're a fountain of information.
And this fountain's going to close for the night, so take care, hug your dog, and we'll talk to you on our next podcast.
Bye-bye.
Here's to Mutts!
Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding. Every week, on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.